We have some new legislation on TDRs, and we haven't changed the range for a while. And there's really good reason for that. First of all, let's go into the legislation a tiny bit here. There's new rules on the amount and types of nutrients that have to be in the products, and that comes in at the end of 2022. And so until then, we're trying to change those rules so that they aren't as strict, and it'll just make it easier for us to make effective products, good products. So that's the answer there, and that's why we're not going to change anything at least till then. And the other thing is that TDRs are actually just a very small percent of sales. So for that reason too, we're not really focusing too much on TDRs right now. So that's the answer for now. As far as sugar levels spiking, any meal you have with carbohydrates will make your blood sugar go up, because all carbohydrates except fibers are broken down into sugars, and they go into your blood, and then they go into the cells. Now, I'm not sure if you're saying that the bars increase these sugar spikes more than other products. I can't understand why that would be. The bars only have less than 25 grams of carbs, so they're similar to the other products. It's a very low amount of carbs for a meal. So I can't understand why. But the important thing to know is that even if we're getting a short-term increase in a glucose or a sugar spike after a meal, we do know that our diet over time makes you more able to handle blood sugar. Like, it makes your blood sugar lower and not higher. And we know that because we've got 4 amazing studies that show our diet can reverse diabetes. And if a diet's reversing diabetes, it's doing good things for the metabolism and the blood sugar and the insulin. It's not doing bad things. So we know the diet's good for people with diabetes. Yes, weight loss between men and women. Well, unfortunately for the women, I hate to say it, but if you take a group of 100 women and a group of 100 men, you give them the same diet, the average man, the men will on average lose more weight than the women. There's a variety of reasons for that, and it's unfair. One of the reasons is men require more calories per kilo of their body weight, and men are bigger. So that's one of the reasons, but there's all kinds of other reasons too. So unfortunately for the ladies here, that doesn't mean every man loses weight faster and more effectively than every woman. So there's some women who have big lucky genetics and whatever else might be causing the better results. So exercise and the one-to-one diet. Yes, at the beginning, we just want people focusing on diet. It doesn't mean you can't exercise, of course you can, but you'll have less calories suddenly, and sometimes that makes you extra tired and makes exercise a bit more difficult. But another good reason is that exercise doesn't actually lead to that much weight loss. People that know the research on exercise and weight loss, you only get about 2 kilos weight loss over time. That's over like weeks with exercise, whereas diet, you can much more dramatically lose weight. So what we recommend, now of course exercise is healthy. I'm a huge advocate of exercise. Almost nothing you can do that's healthier than exercise. And the bonus of exercise is it helps you not gain weight. So you will retain your weight loss much better if you exercise. So we recommend you gradually add exercise into the diet as you're going along, and that way you'll get used to the calorie levels you're eating. And as your calories start coming up and you start getting closer to your goal weight, you can add an exercise, and then you're less likely to gain back the weight, and you'll have more success in the long run. Yeah, well, I mean, I would say 3 main things. The first thing is our products are high in quality protein, so that'll help you recover from exercise. Number 1. Number 2 is if you look at studies that look at all the studies done on all the most popular diets over the years, and all the diet books that have been published, all the fad diets, etc. Look at all of these diets. The average weight loss is under 5 kilos. All right. So if you look at all the studies we've done, the dozens of studies on our diet, the average weight loss is between 10 and 20 kilos. So it's between twice and 4 times greater weight loss with our diet. So that in itself is more effective. Then if you look at it from a health perspective, our diet makes you more metabolically healthy, and all that means is it's mostly referring to how much fat's in your blood and how your blood sugar is controlled, which is what leads to diabetes if you have bad blood sugar control. So our diet's been shown to reverse diabetes. Four huge studies show that that's the case. So the diet's very effective from a health perspective, more effective from a weight loss perspective than normal diets, and it'll help you recover from exercise as a bonus. So having products long-term, yeah, there's no problem with having products long-term, except if you're having exclusively products, so exclusively TDRs or MRPs. The legislation says you're only supposed to do that from 8 to 12 weeks. People have done it longer, but that's what the legislation says. And there's no reason to believe that the products would have any detrimental or unhealthy effect if used in the long term. And some people use 1 or 2 MRPs a day for years and years, and it helps them control their weight. Okay, hormones and weight loss. Now that's a very, very complex subject that even people that are experts in it admit they don't know everything, or they don't even know half of it probably. So very complex. I guess the 3 hormones I talk about, because the only ones we know kind of definitive things about, is number 1, insulin. You don't want a lot of insulin around, so you don't want big meals that have a lot of carbs and that increase insulin spikes, because insulin is a storage hormone, and one of the things it helps you store, and it tells your body to store, is fat. So so insulin's about one you want to watch out for. There's ghrelin, and there's another hormone called leptin. Now ghrelin goes up and leptin goes down when you diet, when you decrease calories and you lose weight. Now ghrelin gives your body the signal to eat, and leptin gives your body the signal that it's full. So when the ghrelin goes up, that makes you want to eat, and that's why you get hungry when you diet. So those are the 3 hormones we know, the fundamental things about. So those 3 things are true. But anyone that tries to give you a simple answer of how testosterone or progesterone or any other hormone affects your weight loss, it's so complex that anyone that tells you a simple statement about how that affects your weight loss, I wouldn't listen to them, because they probably don't know what they're talking about.